Hey guys, Chris Cheswaldi here again, Executive Chef, Metropolis Country Club. Today we're going to make an actual dish that's going to be on the new Metropolis Country Club lunch menu when we finally do open. It's a Hoisin Glazed Salmon salad. So you're going to get a 8-ounce piece of salmon fillet. It's going to be seasoned with salt, pepper. It's going to be served with baby kale, a little bit of a cabbage, green cabbage, red cabbage, and carrots. There's going to be some edamame on the plate, some cashews, and almonds or cashews. I think I'm going to use almonds. Crispy lo mein noodles and sesame seeds. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is season the salmon with salt and pepper. Of my salts. Season nice and high and even. Pepper. I like white pepper when I'm seasoning my food. Turn it over so I'm not actually touching the fish. Salt and pepper both sides. Little bit of canola oil. Again, we're cooking at kind of high temperature, so I wouldn't waste my time with olive oil. You're gonna just ruin the flavor. About 1 tablespoon of oil in the pan. Just like we did in earlier videos, you want to get that almost to smoking. Okay. I'll just let that heat up a little bit there. As a rule, you're going to put your presentation side in the pan first. So whatever side you're going to serve up, that'll go in the pan. And you're going to get better color on that side. But as you can see, this is the skin side here. Not as beautiful as the flesh side. Okay, if you leave the skin on and you make the skin nice and crispy, you could serve it either way up. Okay, come on over here. Hear that? That's what you want to hear. Never gonna stick. The reason things stick to the pan or the grill is the pan is probably not hot enough. Don't have enough fat in the pan, or your product is very wet. You never want to put a wet product on the grill or in the saute pan. It's going to stick. It's never going to recover, and it might even get splashed and burned. So we're looking for a nice color here on our presentation side. Okay, as you can see, the flame is not full blast. It's going to burn. You can hear that sizzling. So it's actually on like number 3, 10 being the highest. Probably go up to 3.5, 4. Looking for nice, even color. Black is beautiful, but not in cooking. Okay, look at what's going on the pan, in your pan. Your oven might be different than mine. And once that is nice and caramelized, golden brown on presentation side, we're going to turn it over and put it in the oven and let it continue to brown and cook at the same time. You guys at the club like your salmon more towards medium well side. You cook it any way you like. Looking pretty good. Pretty good is not good enough. Turn it over. It's going to go in the oven now, probably for about 8 minutes. And then we're gonna baste it with our hoisin sauce, which is basically Chinese barbecue sauce. And while that salmon is cooking, we're gonna work on the dressing. And the dressing is gonna work beautifully in the blender. So we're making an emulsified sauce right now. So an emulsified sauce is like a vinaigrette. It's usually two things that don't go together easily, so you force them together. It's usually oil and vinegar. So my rule, when you're doing it in the blender, everything goes in the blender except the oil. And then you're gonna add the oil in a steady stream. Okay, so our recipe for our honey soy vinaigrette, 1 egg, I have it in the glass here. I have everything in the glass except the oil. 5 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, 8 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 5 tablespoons of honey, and on the side I have a cup of canola. This recipe will last for at least a month in the refrigerator. So you don't have to make it, you know, every time you want to have a nice salad. So this is going to go in the blender. I normally use only VitaPrep blenders. I actually don't have it here right now. So I'm using my wife's blender, which is a joke, okay? It's a terrible blender. It could get messy. And for me, a blender is probably the most dangerous piece of equipment in a kitchen when you're working with hot items. Because if you don't have a variable speed and it's too fast, it's gonna come up and you're gonna get burned. Since I don't love this blender, I'm going to put a bag on it just in case it wants to come out. And a towel. And I'm going to turn it on. Oh, we're okay. I'm going to pour oil in nice and slow. Look inside, Samantha. Nice steady stream. And once you have like half of it in there, you can go a little bit quicker. Get it all in there. Let it run for about 30 seconds. I didn't put any salt because there's a lot of salty ingredients in there already, but we're going to taste. It's beautiful, beautiful. I'll put just a little pinch of salt. Turn it off. Just store that in a plastic container in your refrigerator. Lasts for a very long time. Now this recipe has lots of strong flavors in there. It's all about balance. Okay, most people when they measure stuff, they do not measure properly. Okay, so I'm going to show you the proper way to measure. Number 1, tablespoon. If it calls for a tablespoon, you need a full tablespoon, okay? I never take liquids like that. You can take solid things like sugar and flour and then even it off. That's why it's so much better to measure things on a scale in ounces or grams, so whoever's making the recipe does it perfect. Don't pour over your product in case you overflow. You won't ruin it. That's not a tablespoon. That's a tablespoon. You see how much more I got in there? This is for measuring liquids. If I need a cup of anything, this is a liquid measurer, okay? If you use the other metal measuring cups, do we have one of those here? And you ask for a half a cup or a cup of water, you're probably not gonna fill it up enough. So that's why this is only for dry ingredients. Sugar, flour, things like that. You scoop. Then you go across with your knife. But again, you're much more accurate if you weigh things. But it's kind of hard for people to break that habit. Okay, check our salmon. You still hear the sizzle. Has nice color. Nice color on that side. We're going to brown it on this side too. Okay? And then we're going to brown it on the final side. Now we're going to make our salad. And another little note about dressing. Anytime I let someone taste the dressing, especially someone that's an amateur, they're going to taste the dressing and say, oh, it's so sour. But it's not a soup. It's going to go usually with bitter greens, and you need just enough to coat the salad. So again, the salad is going to have kale. Need about a cup and a half of kale. And we put about 3/4 of a cup of our cabbage mix in here. It's sliced cabbage, sliced carrots, and sliced red cabbage. Okay, we're gonna go back to the oven for one more second. And you can cook this salmon way ahead of time, okay? Got nice color on that side. Gonna go back into the oven. Now we're gonna toss our salad with a little bit of the dressing. Like I said again, this is not a soup. It's not a swimming pool. You just want enough dressing to coat your salad. You can always put more. You can see it's a beautiful consistency. We usually check the consistency in the kitchen by running our finger through it, and it leaves a trail. Fancy French word, they call that nappe, okay? That's the perfect consistency. Gonna put 2 spoons. And toss. We're gonna toss the salad gently. Okay? You dress the salad the way you like it. Gonna taste the salad. Beautiful. I like a little more salt and a little pepper. Gonna go for that salmon now. Pan's gonna be hot, so grab it with a towel. We're gonna baste it with our get it on all the sides except the bottom. Beautiful. Gonna take it out. Just let it sit right here. And this is a nice little reminder that your pan is hot. Okay, we're gonna just put a little more hoisin sauce on the top. Delicious. You can put this in the oven a little bit longer, or you can put it under your broiler for a second if you want to glaze it. Burn it a little bit. Okay, but we're gonna just plate it right now. I'm gonna put some greens in the bottom. You guys like nice big salads, so that's what I'm gonna give you. We're gonna sprinkle with some almonds. We're gonna sprinkle with some fried lo mein noodles. These will be like our little croutons. We're gonna put some white sesame seeds, some black sesame seeds, and today I'm going to use chickpeas. Usually it calls for edamame, but those are going to go in the next dish. Take our nice beautiful fish. Microgreens. Okay, I think you got a nice salad there. Thank you very much. Be safe, happy, and healthy, and we'll see you soon.